Hey there YouTube, this is Ed from Tech Talk. Today we're going to talk about Windows 10 and things that you can toggle off that may help increase performance. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to give you one guaranteed method at some point is going to help you speed up your computer. So let's get to it. So really the first thing that most people don't really tell you is that you have to figure out what is actually causing your slowness. So if you're booting your computer and it's really slow, then there's probably startup apps that are causing your computer to be slow. But if you type in here, like I just clicked and it responded quickly. If I type control panel, it's typing quickly. If I click on control panel, it's opening pretty quick. So if your computer is lagging when you do that or opening really slow, then some of the things that I'm going to offer here may help with performance, but you may have to look at little things like how much hard drive space do you have. So if you open up your hard drive and this is pegged out in red here, then that's probably what's causing your slowness. You need to clear up some space, which I'm going to help you do in this video. But if you open up your internet and your internet is super slow and it doesn't open quickly like mine's doing, then you may have some kind of spyware, malware, some other thing going on that I'm not going to really address in this this video, but that'll tell you that it's not necessarily your hard drive. So that's just something to keep in mind. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and right click and go to Task Manager. Alternatively, you can go over here, right click on the Start flag, and then go to Task Manager from here. And we're just going to go to the Startup folder. And for example, if you click on an application you know that does not need to be running, you just right click on it and hit Disable. And then the next time you reboot your operating system, that will not be running in the background. You can do that to any application that you know does not need to be running. What we're going to do is we're going to go over here to Start, and we're going to go to Settings, and then usually there's always some type of background apps going. So if you type default, or sorry, background apps, click on background apps, and you can basically just toggle it off. So if it's on like this, you'll see these are all running. You don't have to have all these running right now, and toggling them off is not going to do anything. I know some of you might see things like alarm and clock in here, but that has nothing to do with this here. You can either toggle it off, but if you want them running, that's fine. But you see calculators in here. If I toggle it off and then I type in calculator, the calculator is still going to open. It's not that it's just not running in the background anymore. So don't worry about things not working. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Home, and then we're going to go to Systems, and then we're going to go to Notification, and then you can just turn this off. If any of these boxes are checked, you can uncheck them. It's not going to hurt anything. If you find that it's hindering something that you're using on a regular basis, then go ahead and toggle it back on. So we're going to click Home again. And then we're going to go to, well, we're going to go to Gaming. And then you can actually toggle off the game bar and go ahead and toggle off the game mode. Statistically, I've done my research, and there's no significant value to turning game mode on. Matter of fact, statistically, it actually hinders game performance in several games. So if you're experiencing issues while you're playing games, go ahead and toggle it off and try it again and see if your performance increases. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back home, and then we're going to go to privacy. So most of you probably see these on. You don't have to have these on. It's optional whether or not you want to keep these on. It just connects you to advertising ID and stuff like that. You can turn them off, and you may see a significant improvement, because these things, a lot of times they communicate with different apps. So but like I said, it's not necessary, but you may see some performance increase with that. Go ahead and click home again. So the next thing we're going to look at is the Windows updates. So click on update and security, and the worst thing you can do is have Windows updating in the background while you're trying to use a computer. So what I would suggest is click on change active hours, and then current active hours, click on change, and set the start time of when you normally would be on. So you want to give it a time frame that you know you're going to be on the computer, or high probability you're going to be on the computer, and then change it, and then click save. And then now the updates will only happen when you're not using the computer. So we're going to go ahead and click home again. So the next thing we're going to go to is search. So once you're in search, go ahead and scroll down to the bottom where you'll see allow Windows search to provide results from apps and services that you're signed into. You can toggle them off. Work or school account, you can turn them off. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, or you want them to communicate, that's fine, turn them back on. Or if you experience difficulty in those apps, go ahead and turn them back on. To improve your search suggestions, which basically communicates with the internet, you can actually toggle this off, and then you can clear device history. Once again, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can just keep it on and just see how the other methods improve your performance before you go to this level. So go ahead and click the home button again, and then go ahead and click on personalization. And then I would suggest changing this. If you have slideshow on, I would just change it to picture or solid color. I wouldn't. The slideshow uses up resources. All right, so click home. So now we're going to go ahead and close right out of this for now. And we're going to go ahead and type in here in the search %, temp, and %, and then hit enter. So my folder is empty because I've already deleted it. But if you have stuff in here, go ahead and hit Control A, select one, hit Control A, and then delete anything that's in this folder. And then now you're going to hit Windows R, and then you're going to type in just temp with no %. And then you're going to have a bunch of stuff in here. I've already deleted this, but you would just click on whatever's in here, right click, and then delete. So this is in use, so it's not going to let me delete it. All right, so what you're going to do now is go ahead and click, type in disk cleanup, and then once you see disk cleanup, go ahead and click on it. You'll see it run real quick, and you technically can go ahead and select all of these. I mean, you don't have to do delivery optimization files. I mean, I would suggest, taking care of thumbnails, temporary files, any of those, and then go ahead and click OK. And it'll ask you, do you want to permanently delete? Go ahead and click delete files. It'll take a little bit depending on how many you have. If you get a pop-up like this, just go ahead and hit continue to approve. Everything that's in these files are all just temporary. They will be recreated when you access the application or whatever created them in the first place. And alternatively, you can just keep the normal settings and then just select the temporary files on the bottom and just do the basic settings that are already pre-selected and then hit OK. That's up to you. For the most part, it is okay to go ahead and delete the rest of those. And I just wanted to take a minute to tell you that when you get a chance, go ahead and try this this Screencast-O-Matic. It's free software, and it's actually pretty nice. They actually have I think it's like a dollar something a month so for 12 months you're not paying a whole lot, and it actually comes with green screen. So if you use the full access, it has a green screen capabilities, and it's worth looking into. So I mean, that's assuming if you make videos. So then it'll just disappear when you're done. All right, so go back into your start and then your settings. And I'm going to show you where you can change your performance. So if you go into systems and then you go to power and sleep, right here you can actually change, for example, you can change on battery power turn off after 10 minutes, or you can do 5 minutes, whatever. So if you leave your computer and you come back, it won't just run the whole time. So for example, when it's plugged in, you can click never. On battery power, PC goes to sleep after 1 hour. So I mean, you can set this to never, or you can set it to 2 hours, whatever you want to set it at. But the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to additional power settings, and then if you don't see balance, so you can click on balance. Some of you might see power high performance in here. You can check balance, then you can click on change plan settings if you want. So turn off the display when it's plugged in. I usually put never. Put the computer to sleep. I don't usually like to have my computer sleep ever, so I just send it to never. That's up to you. You can change it any way you want. Change advanced power settings. You can click on that, and you can change the setting that you want from there. But in here, you can turn off hard disk after on battery. You can do 10 minutes. You can change it there. You can just sneak through here. If you find that things are a little wonky after you're done, you can just come right back in here, hit restore plan defaults, and you're good to go. But you can browse in there and change, maybe when the wireless adapter. So for example, if you're on the internet and you're low on power, all of a sudden Windows might want to take control of that. So but I'll show you where you can disable that in just a moment. But anyways, we'll talk about just the power settings. So you can modify them any way you want. So go ahead and hit your save changes or cancel. But right here, I'm going to give you the tip of the day right now, and we're not even to the end of the video yet. Choose what the power button does. This is the key. This is the meats and the potatoes. So Microsoft has implemented a fast startup, which basically is disguised under the shutdown button. So any of you that are going here and then are going here and then they're hitting shutdown, that is not turning off your computer, and that is not resetting your computer. If you want to check to see if it's actually resetting it, you can go into the Task Manager, right click, go to Task Manager, and then go underneath the Performance tab. And if you see, 5 days, 10 days, 100 days right here in this area, then your computer has been up for a really long time. I would suggest you go over here, you click the start flag, hit the power button, and then hit restart, or alternatively you can right click on here, you can go to restart over here. But either way, reboot, because that could be causing your significant power issues. And it hinders printing, scanning. So not rebooting can cause significant issues with your print spooler and just little things like that. So go ahead and reboot. And I wouldn't suggest unchecking this. If you want to, you can click up here, change settings, and then uncheck this, and then hit save changes. I'm not saying that you have to do that. I'm just bringing awareness to this, and I'm going to leave it up to you. So go down here and just start typing performance, and then you're going to see adjust the appearance and performance of Windows. Open this up. So here you've got a choice. You can leave it to where it's at. You can adjust for best appearance or adjust for best performance. Now keep in mind, you can also do a custom where you can select which one you want. But if you do this, you may see some differences in appearance. So when you go into, say, Google Chrome, you may see some differences in what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and change adjust for best performance and then click apply. And so far, things look okay, but I'm going to click adjust for best performance. Or I'm sorry, the first one was appearance. This one's a performance. I'm going to click apply, and I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to close and reopen this tab just to make sure that everything seems to still look okay. But again, that's up to you. That's something you're going to have to look at. You can hit apply on any one of them, or you can just set it right back to what it was. So as I promised, I'm going to show you how to make sure that Windows does not disable your Wi-Fi card when power starts getting a little bit lower. So click on the start, or click on the box and hit Device Manager. Oops. And then click on the Device Manager. Alternatively, you probably could go to Control Panel, open up Control Panel, and then Device Manager from there. But once you're in here, go into your network adapter, and then right-click on your adapter and go to Properties, and then go to Power Management, and then uncheck Allow the computer to turn off this device, and then click OK, and that's it. If this video helps you guys at all, go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that bell, and hopefully you'll share this with all your friends. All right, have a great weekend. All right.